Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm saying call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to our apostles, the great millstone, and peace salutations to the elect. Peace and salutations to you elect out there, man. All right. And to the book of Sirach, all right, chapter 22 and verse 1. It says, a slothful man is compared to a filthy stone, and everyone will hiss him out to his disgrace. All right, a slothful man is likened unto a filthy stone. Now, the scriptures speak about lively stones, right? That's built up a spiritual house. Right, First Peter, the second chapter. So you can tell a lot by a man's countenance. You know, as I tell you in Sirach, the 19th chapter, you can tell a lot about a man's countenance. You know, by excessive laughter show what kind of manner of man he is. You know, scriptures tell you that a righteous man does scarcely smile a little. You know, so in 2 Samuel, the third chapter, it tells you the first verse. There was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. You know, the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker, and the house of David waxed stronger and stronger. So when you examine these different individuals out there, these different Israelites, if you will, you know, for lack of a better term, all right, because they walk around, call themselves Israel, this and that, right? Even though they don't represent the Israel of the Most High, you look at their countenance and you see a dark countenance, man, a dry countenance, all right? A dark, very dry, very, very lukewarm countenance on these individuals, you know, on many individuals, right? There's a remnant according to the grace of the Lord that are lively stones, man, right? They're full of the Spirit of the Lord, man, full of faith, right? Bold as lions, right? That are waxing strong in the spirit. But you have a large number of Jakes, the majority, all right? You look at them, they look defeated, especially those of you that switched up the doctrine, that left the truth, took breaks, you know, took your hand from the plow, all right? You're looking very weak, man, defeated, okay? That's why it says what? A slothful man is compared to a filthy stone. Now, you have lively stones that have what? A vibrant, upbeat, you know, good spirit, man. You know, a joyful spirit that are crying upon their beds, you know, aloud, that are singing, you know what I'm saying, the new song with all their heart, man, you know. And you can see the spirit of the Most High, you know, on these particular men. You know? So, as we read earlier in the lesson I did earlier, Malachi 3, you know, building off of that one, Malachi 3:18, you know, you're going to return, discern between him that served the Lord and him that served him not. All right. So the word vibrant means agitated, vibrating, a vibrating so as to produce sound, swaying, vigorous, full of life, vigorous and full of life. See, because the breath has been put into, you know what I'm saying, these men. Right? When you see them speaking the word, teaching, when you watch them, you know, you see a bright, you know, countenance, a joyful spirit, man. Right? A spirit of hope, man. You know, the scripture says, "A city that sit on a hill cannot be hid," man. Right? Matthew the 5th chapter. So that city, you know, it started with the men, you know, of the Lord, and they carry a particular vibe, man, particular vibrant, lively spirit, man. You know, which you know what I'm saying, you don't see on these bug outs, on these reprobates, you know, these hell doctrine guys, these uh, uh um, these scoffers, you know, these Christians, Esau, you know, all the wicked are looking very weak, man. All right, they're looking very weak. All right, the house of Saul is looking very weak, man. They're looking very weak. They're looking very malnourished, you know, in the spirit, physically, spiritually, mentally. You can tell they look defeated, man. They look like they're just grasping for straws now. You know what I mean? All right. Not going into any topics. You know, you're not going into any you can't put together any edifying spiritual lessons, can't rebuke nobody. You can't speak about Esau anymore. You can't speak about the heathens. You're not talking about prophecy. You know, your videos are not rivers of living water, man. All right. So it says a man's countenance shall show what he is, man. So you could tell a lot by just looking at Jake, man. Just you know, just see it in him, or at least we can. You know, those of you that have eyes to see, you can see, man. You know, you see Jake looking crazy, man. Right. So the word truant means a beggar or a vagabond. Now, when you read Acts 19 and 13, right, the vagabond Jews was stirred up against, you know what I'm saying, the men of the Lord, right? And you have the word vagabond, which means a wanderer, right? A wanderer. And when you're a wanderer, you don't have a home, you know. When you read Jude, the first chapter, it speaks about wanderers, you know, clouds that can hold no water, raging waves of the sea, you know. That's these individuals, man. That's these dark countenance having demons, you know. These men who the Lord has rejected, man. Jeremiah 6:30. All right, you see their countenance, you see their light being very dim. All right, they're not shining forth as pillars, you know, of that world to come. Okay, so a truant is a beggar or a vagabond. A beggar, the Lord said, lead not a beggar's life, right? A vagabond or a truant, you know, the Lord referred to the vagabond Jews, meaning them that didn't believe, right? The low hanging fruit of our people. He referred to them as wretched, miserable, of low caste, because you know a caste system that would be the bottom of the barrel. That's those that don't believe in our Lord Yahweh Shai, man, and those who have rejected our Lord Yahweh Shai, those who have, you know, turned their back, that have made void the blood of the Lord. You know, it too. You know, so that's a truant, a wretch, a bouffon. All right, one who wanders from appointed place to appointed place. All right. See, the scriptures say that the Lord, that we're a small sanctuary, right? The house of David. You know, Lord willing, you be at that number, right? The house of David has a home. See, these wanderers, these vagabonds. Esau don't want your ass. All right. The Lord don't want you. You're a vagabond, man. You know, if Esau's not going to take you. All right. The heathen's not going to take you. All right. The Lord has rejected you. So what do? You run around spewing madness, and you're. That's why the Lord referred to the vagabond Jews, because they wouldn't believe in the Lord. Esau wasn't with them. You know, this is just like today. You know, just like today. Same thing as today, man. Same thing as today. So so that's a sad lot to be in, man. You know, but hey, it says what? You know, that that they were foreordained to this condemnation, you know, ungodly men who would turn the grace of our power into lasciviousness, man. All right. So back in Sirach 22 and verse 2, it says a slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. Every man that takes it up will shake his hand. It says an evil nurtured son is dishonor of his father that begat him, and a foolish daughter is born to his loss. A wise daughter shall bring an inheritance to her husband, But she that liveth dishonestly is her father's heaviness. She that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband, but they shall both despise her. A tale out of season is as music in mourning, but stripes and correction of wisdom are never out of time. Right, and these stripes and corrections are for the backs of fools, man, which the Lord is going to appoint, right, for the foolish amongst our people. So it says, "Whoso teacheth a fool," 7th verse, Sirach 22:7. "Whoso teacheth a fool is as one that leadeth a potsherd together, as he that waketh one from a sound sleep. He that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh to one in slumber." Right. That's why the Lord said, Matthew 7:6, "Cast not your pearls before the swine." You know, because he that tell a tale, or here it is, you telling this new song, you telling this gospel to a fool, and what is he gonna do? He's gonna tread it underfoot. You know, he's not gonna accept it. You know, so you're telling this tale to one that's in slumber. When he hath told his tale, he will say, "What is the matter?" If children live honestly and have withal, they shall cover the baseness of their parents. But children being haughty through disdain, that's 2/3, and want of nurture, do stain the nobility of their kindred. That's why 2/3 of our people are gonna be removed, because they're staining the nobility of their kindred. They're staining the name of Yasharala, the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, which begat them, which made them. Right? That's why he called them a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto him. You know, that's what he was speaking about, all of Israel. But ultimately, his elect, he said he made it with great labor. He made it perfect. You know, so Sirach 22 and verse 11, it says, "Weep for the dead, for he have lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he wanted wisdom, he wanted understanding, and make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of a fool is worse than death." The life of a fool is worse than death, man. All right. The life of a fool is worse than death, man. All right. So many live foolish lives, man. All right. Many live foolish lives, and many of you are doing the work of the Lord deceitfully, man. You know, you think the Lord is with you. You know, you think the Most High, you know, is working with you. You know, the Lord gave me a revelation. The Lord gave me a new revelation about this and that. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, man, you know, you're deceived, man. The deceiver and the deceived are his. That says in Job the 12th chapter. The deceiver and the deceived are his, man. You know, what the freak, man? You guys are crazy. Yeah, but the deceived and the deceived are his, man. All right. So we have this is what we have going on in Israel, man. You have a lot of men that believe, you know, the Lord is with them. You know, oh yeah, you know, they know what they're talking about. You know, but see, it doesn't line up with the doctrine of the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. You know, the things that you're spewing out your mouth. That's why he said. That's why when he was on the scene, he made the statement. It's not what defiled man that which goeth into his mouth, but that which proceeded out of his mouth defiled him. You know. So it says Sirach 22 and 11. Shalom Yahweh Shem break it that. All right. Sirach 22 and 11 says, "Weep for the dead, for he have lost the light. Weep for the dead, for he have lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he wanteth understanding. Make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of the fool is worse than death." All right. So that's why the Lord said that many are born in vain, man, because they live lives of fools. Okay. A life with no understanding, man. That's the life of a fool. All right. Spewing out madness. Okay. So it says, 12 verse says, 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, but for a fool and an ungodly man all the days of his life. 7 days you mourn for the dead. That's according to the law. So like if your parents die or something like that, your woman, or you know, you mourn for 7 days. All right. And and then you know, you try to keep going or whatnot, you know. But But for a fool and an ungodly man, all the days of your life you're gonna mourn, because that's a heavy burden dealing with a fool. All right, you got many fools, especially they of the circumcision. Titus 1:10, man, that whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole households, teaching things they ought not to fulfill the lucre's sake. So it says 13 verse, talk not much with a fool, and go not to him that have no understanding. Beware of him lest thou have trouble. See, because a nigga will give you a trouble. A fool with no understanding will give you a lot of trouble, man. Beware of him lest thou have trouble. Thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with his madness. All right. It's a burdensome. It's burdensome dealing with these fools, with these niggas. All right. It's burdensome. It's annoying, bro. Jake is annoying. Our people are fucking annoying, man. You know, especially those that have no understanding. That's why I said we must be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not the faith, man. You know, all men have not the faith. So everybody don't have the faith. You know, everybody don't understand. You know, and everybody's not of the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. All right. And that's what you're gonna find out. Okay. You're gonna meet many individuals, you know, in Israel, many people that know about, you know, have heard about the Israelite, you know, this Israelite thing of ours, being an Israelite, you know, their nationality. But you know, you're gonna meet a lot of fools, man, you know, along the way that you're gonna have to, you know, deal with or come across, you know. Not necessarily you got to deal with them. You know, you try to avoid their asses as much as you can, but sometimes you can't avoid them because them niggas are pests. And you know, when you read in the scriptures, you know, here it is, they harassed the prophets of old, the believers of old. So they're gonna harass you brothers of today, and that's how you try to, you know, avoid that, you know. But anyways, it says, what is heavier than lead? Sirach 22:14. What is heavier than lead? And what is the name thereof but a fool? Sand and salt and a mass of iron is easier to bear than a man will understand it. It's easier to bear a mass of iron, a whole mass of iron that, you know, of a ship or something, you know, a big ass mass of iron, like right, this one right I got right in front of me, like this light pole right here. It's easier to pick that shit up than it is to bear a fool, man, with no understanding. All right. Because a fool will burn down everything, man, including himself, you know, like the Joker said in the second Nolan Batman film, The Dark Knight. He said, some men just want to watch the world burn. You know, a nigga just wants, you know, a nigga just take everything down with him. You know, that's why the Lord's gonna get rid of 2/3. All right. Again, that's why the Lord's gonna get rid of 2/3. All right. And many of you that came into this thing are 2/3, man. All right. That turned your back from the plow, that took breaks 3 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years, you know, 6 months, shit. You know, you treat the Lord like your part-time lover. You know, you treat the Lord like he's like some type of accessory for you. You know, when you get around to it, I'll get around to it. All right. So it says, as timber and girt and bound together in a building cannot be loose with shaking, so the heart that is established by advised counsel shall fear at no time. Right. Because it says he that is made, he that feareth is not made perfect in love, 1 John 4. Right. So here it is. The heart that is established by advised counsel, that's the word of the Lord, the spirit of the Lord, right? With the well advised is wisdom, right? So that the heart that is established by advised counsel shall fear at no time. A heart settled upon a thought of understanding is as a fair plastering on the wall of a gallery. Yeah, a heart settled upon a thought of understanding. That's why scripture speak about being firmly rooted in this thing. Nothing can shake you. Nothing can shake you. The earth can fall apart around you. Everybody could drop out the truth. You could be the only one left. You still be the only one, the pillar. You still be there rocking. The Lord will still keep you as a rock. You see, a foundational piece of the world to come. You know. So it says, pale set upon a high place will never stand against the wind. So a fearful heart and the imagination of a fool cannot stand against any fear. Right. That's you demons. All right. You're scared of Esau. That's why you say Esau could be saved. You know, you're scared of the heathens, so you try to save the heathens and be heathen lovers, you know. So so you have a fearful heart, and that's because you're not made perfect in love. All right, because the love of the Lord Yahweh Shai doesn't abound in your hearts and the hearts of you fools out there, man. All right. That's what this whole chapter is about. The fools. All right. And the point is in the 11th verse. All right. It says, "We for the dead, for we have lost the light." The Lord said, "Let the dead bury their dead. Go preach the kingdom." Meaning, what did he mean? He said, go to those that are of the household of faith. The worthy. Don't worry about these dead ass niggas. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about these dead ass mouses. These dead rats that sold out to Esau, man. Gave up their souls for a piece of change, for a happy meal. Don't worry about them. All right. Don't worry about these lukewarm dead zombies. Worry about the righteous. That's what the Lord told the angel told Esdras, man. Inquire, seek out the glory for such as be like unto thee. That's what he told him, man. Don't worry about everybody. Worry about the elect. Worry about everybody, man. So it says 19 verse, Sirach 22 and 19. He that pricketh the eye will make tears to fall, and he that pricketh the heart maketh it to show her knowledge. Whoso casteth a stone at the birds, frayeth them away, and he that upbraideth his friend breaketh friendship. Though thou drawest a sword at thy friend, yet despair not, for there may be a returning of favor. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be reconciliation, except for upbraiding or pride or disclosing of secrets or treacherous wound. You see, for these things every friend will depart. See, that's why the Lord has departed from many of you so-called friends of Yahweh Shai and friends of this and friends of that. You call yourself you got different names. You come in there and you got all these titles and names and stuff like that, but you end up wounding the Lord. See, that's why he don't reconcile with you. He don't continue to give you the ministry of reconciliation. He takes that from you. Now you can't say the names. Now you can't, profess the gospel. See, there's a reason why the Lord said lively stones, because that's a beautiful spirit that's on these brothers. That's really of the Lord. They're loving, they're kind, affectionate, they're hard, austere, but here it is, they got balance, they're real men, real fathers, real husbands, real dudes. But you niggas that are snakes and fakes, all right, you're full of that dark ass countenance. You're that dark ass spirit, man. Okay. As it says in Titus 1 and 15, man, it says what? To the pure, all things are pure, but to them that defile unbelieving, nothing is pure. Even their mind conscience defiled, man. So the scriptures say, blessed are the pure in heart, right? For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Not everybody's pure in heart, man. All right. There's only a few that's pure in heart on the planet Earth. When the Lord spoke about Noah or Job in Genesis 6 and 9, he called Noah perfect, and Job 1 and 1, he said, this man Job is perfect. There's nobody else like him on earth. We read the second chapter. All right. He said that to Satan, of Job. He said there's nobody like Job on earth with a pure heart, man. He has favor from me, man. He is perfect in my eyes. Just like David. David is a man after my own heart. All right. That's his elect. These men that just mentioned, these are men that's of his elect. These are men with a pure spirit, a pure heart, man. Which, like I said, many don't possess. The especially of our people. All right. Most of our people are dark. You look at them and they have a dark, demonic countenance. They have a dark way about themselves, man. You know what I mean? That's most of our people. Okay. Even them that call themselves Israelites, man. You look at them, they look fucking defeated, man. They look depressed as hell. I know we're catching all catching hell, man. But at the end of the day, the Lord, when he breathed this spirit in you, he gave you the comforter. He gave you hope, man. You know what I'm saying? He gave you hope to hold your head up, man. And to have, what I'm saying, and to have a bright outlook, man, because we're about to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? We are prisoners of hope. Yes, we're catching hell, but see, you look at the apostles. Look at them. They've been in this truth for many moons, man. And look at them. They look like young men. They, when you see them teaching, smiling, you know what I'm saying? They're hoping, man. They're just seeing like they have this bright spirit on them, man. You know what I'm saying? Likewise, you men that's of the truth, that's of the Lord, man. You have that same vibrancy about you, man. Which the wicked don't possess. You look at Esau. Esau look like shit, man. Esau look depressed. Esau look Esau look depressed, man. You know, 2/3 of our people look depressed. You false prophets, you niggas look depressed. IUIC look depressed. You know, the UPK, they look depressed. All right. So on and so forth, man. They look depressed. You see a lot of long faces. That's why the Lord said, "What gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth." You know, in that day. Um. So Okay, yeah. I'm okay. That's the point on that. So Sirach 13. Sirach the 13th chapter and the 25th verse. It says, "The heart of a man changes his countenance, whether it be for good or for evil." See, the heart of a man changes his countenance, whether it be for good or for evil. And a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance. See, the heart of a man changes his countenance. Your spirit is gonna flow out into your body. You're gonna look a certain way, man. You're gonna have a dark ass spirit on you. You're gonna look a certain way. You're gonna start gaining weight. You see these bug outs that start gaining weight, start looking all big, extra big, extra just, depressed looking, look crazy. All right. That's why, man, because the heart of a man changes your countenance, whether it be for good or for evil. If you got a good heart, you get a good spirit on you, people could tell, people could look at you and like, hey, just something's about to do good. Scripture say man's wisdom make his face to shine, right? Like when Moses came, after the Lord was done dealing with him, they said that he looked like that, he looked like he was glowing, when he came down from as they say, Mount Sinai, right? Here it is, the man was looking different, man. He had a glow to him. As the scripture say, Matthew the 5th chapter, a city has set on a hill can't be hid, You come, you know what I'm saying? You're in the presence of the Lord, you're in the spirit, it's gonna show forth on you, man. You're gonna eat different foods, you're gonna have a different spirit on you, you're gonna have rule over your spirit, you're gonna be full of joy, you're gonna be looking forward because you know what's going on, man. You're not depressed, you're not taken by these demons. You know what I'm saying? The demons don't have power over you like that. You actually have power over them. Scripture say the spirits are subject unto you through my name. All right. And Luke the 10th chapter, that's what he told his disciples. So what you think, they was walking around looking crazy? Nah, they was walking around looking mighty, man. They was walking around, you know what I'm saying, like the house of David in the ancient world. The house of David in the ancient world was putting niggas to death, man. With spiritual power, man, jumping over walls and doing all kind of crazy feats, man. These were mighty men, man, that people trembled at their presence. That's why here it is. When you read Genesis the 6th chapter, it speaks about the Nephilim. The quote unquote what the people call Nephilim. The giants, says giants. It says giants. These are men of great stature, spiritually and figuratively speaking. But also, in the physical too. They were men of people could see those are the Israelites right there. Those are the sons of God. So the same thing applies to us in these times. The world should be able to see you. And that's why they start looking at you, staring at you, go places. I remember, especially when I first came into the truth. I noticed it even more. Now you're just used to it or whatnot. You become used to these kind of things. Or whatever when you've been and for a while. But it says Sirach 13 verse 26. A cheerful countenance is a token of a heart that is in prosperity, and the finding out of parables is wearisome labor of the mind, right? A cheerful countenance is a token of heart that's in prosperity. See, when we came to the truth, the Lord, fed us with a prosperity doctrine, if you will. Not like the Christian, man. Not like the Christian. But he gave us hope, man. You know what I'm saying? He gave us the secrets. All right, he gave us the secret, man. So shit, we have hope, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't walking around depressed. We ain't walking around messed up. But you false prophets, you wicked evil niggas, you looking crazy. All right. The majority of you are looking crazy, man. All right. You walking around looking crazy, because you know that your conscience has condemned you for the things that you've done. All right. So it says, Sirach 19 and verse 22, it says, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. Yeah, that's you false prophets and you snakes. which the lawyer, when he came on the scene, he said, "O ye generation of vipers, who have taught you to flee from the wrath to come?" Matthew 3:7, which you went into earlier. So this is just like, building off of that lesson, because the Lord said, "Bring me fruit meet for repentance. Don't bring me these counsel of sinners, man, which have no prudence. All right, don't bring me 2/3 of my people, man. Bring me fruit meet for repentance." All right. 23rd verse. There is wickedness, and the same is an abomination. And there is a fool wanting in wisdom, and he that have small understanding and fear the Most High is better one that have much wisdom and transgress the law of the Most High. There is an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust. And there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear. And there is a wise man that justifieth in judgment. There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly. Hold on. There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he's full of deceit, casting down his countenance and making as if he had heard not. And where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware. It says, if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet he findeth opportunity, he would do evil. A man may be known by his look, and one that have understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. So a man may be known by his look, and one that have understanding when thou meetest him, man. By his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is. So you're gonna if you pay attention, you're gonna see who's in that spirit, who's in the spirit of the Lord, bold as lions, who's teaching the word in its 100% form, who's teaching 100% truth. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see the diligence. You're gonna see the spirit of the Lord show forth. As it says in Ezekiel 33 and 33, then lo, they shall know that a prophet has been amongst them. Then they shall know. All right. Lo, then they shall know that a prophet has been amongst them. So a man may be known by his look, Sirach 19:29, and one to have understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. For a man's attire, excessive laughter, and gait show what he is. All right. So there's a lot of 1,000-yard stares amongst our people, man, right now, because hey, the sinners in Zion are afraid, man. Isaiah 33 and 14. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites, man. Okay. So those of you that have the light, are shining at this present juncture, man. Those of you that have this light, as it says in Isaiah 8 and 20, it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this words, because there's no light in them. All right. Proverbs 4 and verse 18, it says, but the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more onto the perfect day. For the way of the wicked is as darkness, and they know not at what they stumble. See, the way of the wicked is as darkness. All right? Everything they do is darkness. All right? But the path of the just is as a shining light, because it tells you in Proverbs 20 and 24, okay, man's goings of the Lord, how then can a man understand his own way? All right? So the path of the just as a shining light, because the Lord got them on that predestinated path, and he's going to continue to increase them, no matter what comes against them. He said, well, Isaiah 54 and 17, every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment, that shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, the righteousness of me. So they just keep going like the juggernaut, man. Just keep getting stronger and stronger. Whatever you throw at them, they just keep bouncing off, whatever the world comes at them with, it just deflects, just goes a walk, including that microseal, which is down the pipe, which is almost here. All right. Which that's going to, that's going to be avoided, by the elect. Okay, by the path, those that are on the path of the just. Scripture say the just shall live by faith. Right? They're not going to take that thing. They're not going to be seduced into taking it. They're not going to be. They're not going to be blinded, by that light, by that understanding, which is the understanding of the left hand side. That's that microseal. That's the wisdom of this world, which is foolishness with the Most High, man. Okay. So it says Luke chapter 11 and verse 30. 33. It says, no man when he have lighted a candle, put it in a secret place, neither under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and they which may come in may see the light. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thy eye is single, thy whole body also shall be full of light. It says, when thy eye is evil, thy body also is full of darkness. Take heed, therefore, that the light that is in thee be not darkness. If thy whole body therefore be full of light, having no part dark, the whole shall be full of light, as when the bright shining of a candle doeth give thee light. All right. So take heed, therefore, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. All right. Because many are starting to become dark, at this time, because we're at the end, man. So the hearts of many are being revealed. So take heed, therefore, Luke 11:35, that the light which is in thee be not darkness, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. Take heed, therefore, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. Okay. All right. So it says Philippians 2 verse 14 says, do all things without murmuring and disputings, that you may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, amongst whom ye shine as lights in the world. It says, holding forth the word of life, that y'all may rejoice in the day how shine that have not run in vain, neither labor in vain. All right. Because many do the work of the Lord deceitfully, man. All right. Because hold back their soul from blood, trimming their ways, seek love, uh, um, being busybodies, respective persons, uh, which the Lord said is hypocrisy and partiality. All right. So on and so forth, man. Teaching false doctrines, being self-willed, and all that. But we have a more sure word of prophecy. 2 Peter 1:19, it says, we have more sure word of prophecy, whereunto you do well that you take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day star, and the day star rising in your hearts, right? Because that light is shining, from within. That's why it says the kingdom of heaven is within you, right? And that light is going forth. A city that's set on a hill can't be hid. That word is going forth to the nations, to the people, right? And the elect amongst them is not blinded by that light. They take it and they become light themselves, from once being dark. Okay. So it says, knowing that first, that no prophecy of the scripture of any private interpretation, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men with the light, men with understanding, spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. Right? So those that are moving in an off-brand, wicked as evil spirit, man, with a dark countenance, it's undeniable. Okay. And we see it, we see it because the Lord said this will come. False prophets shall rise and deceive many. You know, if it would be at all possible, they would deceive the very elect, but it's not possible. So Sirach 22, and and I close it. Oh, but matter of fact, no. I'm gonna read Luke 11:35 again, because it says, "Take heed, therefore, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. If the whole body therefore be full of light, having no part dark, the whole shall be full of light, as when the bright shining of a candle doeth give the light." Right. So Sirach 22. Sirach 22 and verse and verse 11. It says, "Weep for the dead, for ye have lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he wanted understanding. And make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of a fool is worse than death." Right. So ultimately, the Lord's going to take these vagabonds, all right, these wanderers, all right, these dark countenance having individuals. He's going to take them out the picture, take them out their misery, take them out of their vagabond truant state, because 2/3 of our people are living lives without understanding, which ultimately the Lord didn't create them to be, homeborn slaves, wandering and stuff like that. The Lord, he had to teach them a lesson, but ultimately they're gonna be in the kingdom with us, you know, the 2/3 of our people, and they're gonna be understanding. They're gonna have the truth, you know. The laws are gonna be written in their inward parts and things of that nature. But But right now they're dark. They have a darkness on them. Gross darkness shall cover the people. Isaiah 6:60 and 2. In Romans 11 it says darkness in part has happened, blindness in part has happened to Israel. You know, and why is that? As a punishment. As a punishment, man. But the punishment of daughter of Zion is fulfilled, man. So here it is. The Lord's about to put these people out their misery. Where they could shine. As they was intended to, man. That's why the Lord said, "What? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." Because ultimately, they're just under the curses, man, and they're truly bugged out. Our people are truly bugged out, man. So Sirach 22:11. It says, "Weep for the dead, for you have lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he want to understand, and make little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of a fool is worse than death." So, all right, it's a mercy that the Lord is going to put Jake out of their misery. These false prophet bug outs talking about Jesus and this and that and hell and all kind of madness. You already in the new covenant, you already in this and that. They're sold out to Whitey. A lot of hey man, a lot of our people are just crazy, man. But hey man, weep for the fool. I mean, weep not for the dead, for he's at rest. But the life of a fool is worse than death, man. So hey, weep for the dead, but he had lost the light. But the Lord called us children of the day, man, not of the night. For you're not in darkness, children of the day. Okay. And Lord willing, that be you brothers out there, that's sincere and that truly believe. So First Thessalonians 5 and verse 5, it says 5 and verse 1, it says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For ye yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunk are drunk in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua." All right. Hey, so with that, I'm say call like Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Kakodash. All right, the monster apostle teachers showed us the way to the light, shine the light upon us of the gospel, and peace citation unto the elect, man. Hey, man. So the time of the vagabonds, and their dark, spewing of madness upon our people, their spells that they're casting, and all that, whether it be Jay-Z and them 2/3 niggas, or whether it be you false prophets in the truth, the days of your misery, is gonna be at an end very soon, man. All right, so all Israel shall be saved in the Lord. It says in Isaiah 45:17, a world without end. So ultimately, the Lord's gonna have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel and shine that light upon our people again. But first must come death by pain. All right. So, anyways, with that, I say shalom to the Lord's elect, man. Shalom.